Honorable Chief Guest, and Chairman of Oil Spill India, this conference, distinguished all colleagues, friends. It's really a subject which is very close to us, especially those who are working in oil and gas industry in offshore. And one thing that scares us most is the oil spill because of its intense impact, and the kind of liability it can create is enormous. In fact, there are two things which are really most worrisome to an oilman in offshore. One is, of course, as you know, is blowout, where there can be enormous risk and casualties, and the second is the oil spill. And I think why it has to be taken more seriously to this part of the world is because of the population. And let us also realize that Indian coast is one which is so large, and there is a huge amount of people whose life and living is dependent on this marine, whether it is fishing or related activities. And they are the first people who are immediately affected. Besides ecology, the impact that it will create is enormous. And we, as one of the most populous country in the world, have a responsibility to make sure that these kind of events are prevented to the core. And I think to that extent, this oil spill is doing a wonderful work. And let us admit, we are a developing country, and I mean, whether it's road safety, I mean, we just take it for granted that nothing will happen to us, and we just keep on doing it. So it's in our. I think the major thing is to create an awareness and bring in that sense of safety in our day-to-day life, and we are so casual about it. Let's admit to, and once it is there in our own, until unless it gets cultivated and built in our thinking, whether it's at home or on the road or in our work areas, I think it has a big impact on us in times to come as we are developing and we go through a growth path. I mean, I can only imagine that with 7.5% or 8% growth and the kind of Make in India campaign being launched in the country, the traffic and the cargo movement will only increase. The shipping activity will simply go on a greater path, and we need to be more aware about this oil spill. And I think to that extent, the oil spill conference is really doing a wonderful work, and I think this platform need to be expanded and it has to be taken. Lot more players are there who are involved into the activity which can lead to an oil spill. So I think this, the three chapters that I could see, and now bringing it in Bombay and making it a very larger platform, I think we need to do much more, and I really wish that oil spill, this conference, this really has a great amount of success, because until this awareness is created and instilled, I think it may not be too late to realize the kind of things that can happen and go wrong with us in this industry, because we are challenging the environment, we are challenging the mother nature, and all kind of those extreme weather phenomena that are happening are only making us that we need to really work with technology. And this oil spill conference, bringing those technologies and new products, is in the need of hour in this part of the. So I wish oil spill conference and this especially 2016 you are having, and wish all the best and let you grow to greater height, which is the need of the hour. Thank you so much.